There's a quiet truth only a few come to understand. Real greatness is born in the unseen places. While others seek recognition, the wise pour their energy into something deeper: action. The Stoics, those ancient masters of discipline, knew that words alone build nothing. It is action, steady and deliberate, that separates intention from reality. There will always be doubters, people who cannot see the path you walk. Let them question. Let them wait. Your task is not to answer with arguments, but with the life you build. True success is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving yourself right. And when fatigue whispers or doubt begins to creep in, remember, the weight you carry today is shaping the foundation you will stand on tomorrow. Each challenge endured is not just hardship. It is the forging of something unshakable within you. This is the way of the Stoic, the path of silent excellence. Every day you choose discipline over distraction. You grow stronger. You become something steadier, something extraordinary. And when the world eventually turns to notice, it won't be because you demanded its attention. It will be because persistence, mastery, and quiet resilience have made your presence undeniable. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." That is the essence of true progress. Less talk, more living. Less declaring, more doing. Greatness doesn't ask for recognition. It simply grows until it cannot be ignored. You do not prove yourself with words. You prove yourself through what you build. Empty whispers scatter with the wind, but deeds endure. The world does not reward declarations. It rewards quiet, relentless work carried out far from the noise of applause or doubt. Many announce their plans too soon, seeking recognition before the foundation is even laid. But in doing so, they open the door to judgment, envy, and distraction. Every moment spent justifying your path to others is a moment taken from the work itself. If transformation is what you seek, you must learn to shut out the noise, anchor yourself to your purpose, and let the results speak when they are ready. This is the nature of true power. It is not loud. It is not rushed. It is forged in silence, tempered by patience, and revealed only when it has taken its full form. The path will not be easy. Resistance will come, from the world and from within. Doubt will whisper. Fatigue will test you. And your own mind will try to pull you toward validation, urging you to be seen before your work is ready. But mastery demands restraint. It is not about being noticed. It is about becoming undeniable. When the time comes, the world will recognize what you have built, not because you asked it to look, but because persistence and quiet effort left it no choice. This is the Stoic way: to step into the shadows, to embrace the discipline of silent effort, and to emerge only when the work itself carries the weight of your voice. Epictetus, once a slave and later a philosopher, taught that true progress is never announced. It is lived. When we speak too soon, we invite the world's opinions to shape us. We shift from action to explanation, from building to defending. A blacksmith does not declare, "I am forging a sword." He simply hammers day by day until the steel itself reveals his craft. So let your work be the only proof you need. Strike after strike, the blacksmith shapes his blade. He doesn't speak of what he is making, he simply works. And when the day comes that the world finally sees his creation, the work has long been finished. Now imagine another blacksmith, one who pauses after every strike to explain his intentions, glancing around for nods of approval. His progress slows, his focus drifts. His energy is divided between creation and the craving to be seen. This same pattern plays out in personal growth. When we speak of our intentions too soon, before we have built anything of substance, we invite doubt, resistance, and the weight of expectation. The mind, eager for validation, begins to shift its energy outward, toward explaining, defending, and seeking applause, instead of directing it inward toward the work itself. The wise understand that true effort speaks in silence. The need to be seen often becomes a distraction from real progress. There is also a subtle psychological truth. Studies show that talking about a goal can create a false sense of accomplishment. That small rush of validation tricks the brain into believing movement has been made, even when nothing has changed. It is the illusion of progress without its substance. True discipline is built in solitude. It is the quiet, steady movement of someone who does not wait for permission, who does not pause for applause. Each day, each strike of effort compounds, until the results can no longer be ignored. This is the power of silent discipline. Try this. Choose one goal, physical, mental, or professional. Work toward it for 30 days, without telling a soul. Keep a private journal, but share nothing. Watch how this silence builds momentum and strengthens your self-reliance. Greatness begins in hidden places, away from eyes that judge, away from the noise of expectation. It is in this quiet, shielded space that commitment deepens and transformation takes root. The Stoics knew this well. Seneca warned that the one who depends on praise becomes a servant to opinion, forever bound to the fleeting approval of others. External validation is unstable by nature. Real strength is built when you no longer need it. Progress does not ask to be seen. It simply grows until it cannot be ignored. Think of a sculptor shaping a statue. If he paused after every stroke to ask for opinions, his work would never reach completion. True mastery does not grow from constant approval. It grows from trust in one's own vision. Now imagine if that sculptor changed his piece with every comment, bending to each suggestion. His creation would lose its voice. It would no longer carry his conviction, only fragments of other people's expectations. Life is no different. When your confidence is built on the shifting opinions of others, you place your sense of self in hands that are not your own. If they approve, you rise. If they disapprove, you fall. In both cases, your foundation is outside of you. The Stoics warned of this trap. A life shaped by public opinion is not truly your life. It bends, wavers, and reshapes itself endlessly to meet expectations that are never constant. Real strength comes from within. When you remove the need for validation, you become steady. You begin to trust your work, your choices, and your path. Not because others applaud them, but because you know their worth. This is why the greatest minds often worked in solitude. They understood that the loudest statement is not made in announcing their plans, but in quietly creating something undeniable. Take a moment to reflect. Where in your life are you seeking approval? Are your actions truly for you or for the eyes of others? Choose 3 goals that matter to you alone. Pursue them in silence. Share them with no one. Let the work be its own proof. In that quiet space, you'll discover something powerful: the freedom of acting without needing to be seen. The art of detachment from opinion. The Stoics taught that freedom begins when you detach from the weight of others' opinions. The more you absorb the noise outside, the less command you hold over your own mind. Imagine walking through a storm. The wind howls, rain cuts against your skin, and the path ahead is blurred by mist. If you react to every gust, pause at every rumble of thunder, you lose your direction. But if you keep your focus on each deliberate step, one foot in front of the other, you move forward despite the chaos. Life is much the same. The world is the storm, and opinions, the whispers, the criticism, the judgments, are the wind. Many people stop when they hear them. They hesitate, question themselves, and lose their pace. The Stoics understood this as a trap. When you let the voices of others dictate your path, you hand over control of your own journey. The key is quiet trust in yourself, the willingness to move with purpose regardless of the noise. There will always be storms, doubt from others, the pull of negativity, the fears that rise within you when the way ahead feels uncertain. But just as a seasoned traveler learns to walk through harsh weather, you must learn to hold your ground through adversity. A tree that bends to every passing wind will never grow strong. It is the roots, the unseen depth, that keep it steady. The same is true for you. Your discipline, your resilience, and your self-awareness are the roots that allow you to stand tall despite the pressures around you. On your path, some will doubt. Some will project their fears onto you. Some will try to shake your momentum. But their voices are just echoes in the wind. They hold no real power unless you give it to them. Keep your eyes on your path. Walk it with quiet determination. Let the noise fade into the background as you move forward. Picture yourself as a ship in turbulent waters. The waves rise, the wind roars, but your hands remain steady on the wheel. If your course is set, you will reach the shore. The storm will pass. And when the skies clear, you will stand unshaken. Not because the journey was easy, but because you chose to endure. The Stoic mindset on hard work. To the Stoics, hard work was not a burden, it was a sacred practice. They believed that labor shapes not just the body, but the mind and the soul. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." The struggle itself is not a punishment, it is the reward. Without resistance, there is no growth. Without effort, there is no transformation. Picture a climber on a mountain. Every step burns. Each breath grows heavier as the air thins. The slope steepens, the cold bites, and yet he keeps moving. He does not dwell on the summit or the miles ahead. His focus is on the next step, the next foothold, the next breath. Progress comes slowly, painfully, but it comes. In life, success asks for the same kind of endurance. Many want the reward, but few are willing to carry the weight it demands. The easy road is crowded because it costs nothing. The hard road is quiet because it costs everything. But it is on that harder path where true strength is born and where character is forged. A soldier does not become resilient by avoiding the battlefield. He grows strong by stepping into it, learning to adapt, to withstand, to endure. Likewise, a mind untested remains fragile. A body never pushed stays weak. A will never challenged cannot know its true depth. If you seek to become unshakable, you must walk through what most avoid: discomfort, failure, fatigue, solitude, and self-doubt. These are not obstacles to your path, they are the path. Every small effort you make today lays a brick in the foundation of your future. Discipline compounds, perseverance stacks upon itself. What feels like unseen labor now is what will one day make you unmovable. Hard work is not an inconvenience. It is the forge where self-mastery is created. The one who keeps going when no one is watching, who pushes forward without applause, who refuses to stop when the road gets heavy. That is the person who reaches the summit, not by luck, not by accident, but by thousands of moments where perseverance was chosen over ease. The Stoics understood, progress is never given, it is earned. Start small. Choose one hard thing each day. Wake earlier. Take a cold shower. Read when it would be easier to scroll. Train yourself to lean into discomfort instead of shrinking from it. At the end of each day, write down one moment you overcame resistance. Over time, you will see the proof of your endurance, and with it, the shape of your transformation. Embracing failure as fuel for growth. Failure is not an ending, it is a lesson. The Stoics did not fear failure, they used it. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." Every setback is a test of resilience. an opportunity to refine yourself and grow beyond where you were. Too often, people see failure as proof they are not enough. They take it as a personal verdict, believing it defines their worth. But the Stoics understood that failure is only feedback. It shows you where you stand, not where you are destined to remain. Every great life is marked by stumbles, obstacles, and moments that seemed insurmountable. What separates those who rise is not the absence of failure, but the willingness to learn, to adjust, and to keep moving despite it. Think of an athlete training for a marathon. The first runs are painful. The body feels weak, the pace slow, the breath heavy. But each day they return, running a little farther, pushing a little harder. Over time, the struggle that once felt unbearable becomes the very source of their strength. The same is true in every field. A student does not master a subject without wrestling with mistakes. A musician does not reach skill without hitting wrong notes. A leader does not gain wisdom without making hard choices and enduring setbacks. Growth is always preceded by discomfort. Failure, when seen clearly, is a teacher. It exposes weaknesses, reveals blind spots, and offers the chance to course correct. The Stoics believed in meeting setbacks with grace, learning from them, adjusting, and moving forward with renewed clarity. Take a recent failure. Write it down. Instead of dwelling on disappointment, list 3 lessons it has given you. How can this experience make you stronger? What changes can you make moving forward? When you see failure as fuel, you stop fearing it. You begin to use it. You learn to fail forward, knowing each step back is simply part of the path toward mastery. They understood that mastery of life begins with mastery of the inner world. When you learn to guide your emotions instead of being carried by them, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start becoming the author of your own response. Imagine a raging river. If you fall in and thrash against the current in panic, you waste your strength and increase the risk of being pulled under. But if you stay calm, study the flow, and move with purpose, you give yourself the best chance of reaching the shore. Emotions are much like that river, powerful, unpredictable, and capable of sweeping you away if you fight them blindly. But with awareness and skill, they can be navigated. When you let emotions dictate every reaction, you become like a ship without a rudder, drifting, easily swayed by fear, anger, or fleeting desire. But when you learn to pause, to center yourself, you regain control of the direction you take, no matter how rough the waters. The world will always carry uncertainty. Adversity will always come. But your ability to remain steady within determines whether you are tossed by the storm or stand as its calm center. Emotional mastery does not come in an instant. It is a discipline. It begins with awareness, seeing your emotions as they rise and understanding why they appear. It deepens with practice, pausing before reacting, choosing response over impulse. And over time, it becomes a quiet strength, an inner fortitude that no insult, setback, or pressure can easily shake. This is not about suppressing what you feel. It is about guiding it. Anger can become determination. Fear can sharpen caution and preparation. Even doubt can become a signal to learn and improve. Every emotion carries energy. It is your choice whether that energy weakens you or becomes fuel. The next time you feel the heat of anger or the weight of fear, pause. Breathe deeply. Ask yourself, is this emotion serving me or is it steering me? Then choose your response with intention instead of impulse. Each conscious choice strengthens the muscle of emotional discipline. Each moment of awareness brings you closer to true mastery, the kind the Stoics spoke of, where peace is not the absence of storms, but the ability to remain steady in their midst. The power of consistency and habit greatness is never born in a single moment. The Stoics understood that who we become is shaped by the small choices we repeat every day. Epictetus wrote, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If you seek strength, discipline, or wisdom, your daily actions must reflect those qualities. Success is not an event. It is the quiet accumulation of effort over time. Just as the grandest structures are built brick by brick, the strongest character is forged through small, steady acts. Many falter because they depend on motivation. But motivation is fleeting. It rises and fades like the wind. Some days you feel unstoppable. Others you struggle to move at all. Discipline, however, is different. Discipline is built through consistent action, regardless of how you feel in the moment. The one who succeeds is not the one who works hard occasionally, but the one who shows up every day, even when the work is tedious, even when inspiration is absent, even when no one is watching. Think of water dripping onto stone. A single drop changes nothing. But over time, through quiet persistence, even the hardest rock is shaped. Your efforts may seem small now, but carried out consistently, they shape a future you cannot yet see. The athlete who trains every day builds endurance. The writer who writes daily sharpens their craft. The person who seeks wisdom consistently becomes a source of it. Progress is rarely dramatic. It is the slow, steady work that compounds into something powerful. This is the Stoic principle of incremental improvement, focusing not on instant results, but on small, continuous advancements that, over time, create something extraordinary. The habits you choose today are seeds. Years from now, they will have grown into the person you become. What looks like luck from the outside is often nothing more than the visible result of unseen consistency. While many wait for the right moment or hope for motivation to strike, those who rely on discipline quietly rise. They understand a simple truth. Action creates momentum. Action comes first. Motivation follows. If you ever doubt the power of consistency, consider its absence. The one who trains only when they feel like it never becomes truly strong. The student who studies only when inspired never masters the subject. The professional who applies effort only when convenient never reaches their potential. Consistency is not glamorous, it is not loud, but it is the foundation upon which all greatness rests. To achieve true greatness, the discipline to show up every day, regardless of circumstances, is what separates the extraordinary from the rest. Natural talent can only take someone so far. It is the steady, consistent effort that allows even the modestly gifted to surpass those who rely only on bursts of inspiration. The secret is not found in rare moments of intensity, but in the quiet repetition of deliberate action over time. Greatness is not a single breakthrough. It is the slow accumulation of thousands of small choices made with purpose. Think of the artist who returns to the canvas day after day, refining each stroke. Think of the builder who lays brick after brick, shaping a structure from nothing. Each act may seem small in isolation, but together they create something undeniable. The Stoics understood that transformation lives in consistency. The greatest philosophers, warriors, and leaders were not shaped in moments of inspiration, but through years of deliberate practice, chiseling away at their own weaknesses and refining their character through daily discipline. Every decision to focus, to persist, to stay committed, despite challenges, is another stroke of the chisel shaping you into something greater. True commitment means honoring your work when no one is watching and trusting in the unseen progress happening beneath the surface. It's easy to stay disciplined when results are visible, but real strength is forged in the quiet spaces where progress feels invisible, yet you keep going. The Stoics cared little for quick results. They knew that lasting greatness grows the same way interest compounds, slowly, quietly, and steadily over time. Those who abandon the process because results do not arrive immediately never see what they were capable of becoming. Commit not just to the outcome, but to the process itself. Trust that every disciplined act, no matter how small, is a piece of something larger taking shape. Success is built in silence, in repetition, and in the resilience to continue long after others have stopped. Choose one habit that draws you closer to your goal. Commit to it daily, no matter how small the effort seems. Track it. Protect it. Over time, the habit will become second nature, and discipline will take the place of motivation. At the end of each week, reflect on your consistency. Where did you hold steady? Where did you falter? Adjust, refine, and continue. With time, you will find that self-discipline no longer feels like effort. It becomes who you are. Silence as a strategy for success. Silence is often mistaken for weakness, but the Stoics saw it differently. Silence is a quiet strength, a powerful tool. When you speak less, you listen more. When you listen more, you learn. And when you learn, you gain an edge over those who squander their words. Mastering silence means more than holding back speech. It means conserving your energy, protecting your time, and commanding your presence. To pause before reacting, to withhold unnecessary words and emotions is a sign of true inner power. Too often, people reveal their plans too soon. They speak of ambitions and dreams before the work has begun, only to lose momentum and invite doubt, distractions, or envy. Science even shows that announcing intentions can give a false sense of achievement, weakening motivation to follow through. The mind tricks itself into feeling progress has already been made and the urgency fades. This is why many start with enthusiasm but fail to finish. Words replace action, and plans remain just that, plans. The wise, however, understand that power lives in restraint. They move quietly, work privately, and let results speak. Every moment spent explaining your vision is time taken from building it. True success is not for discussion at the start, it is for demonstration at the finish. The more you talk about what you will do, the less time you spend doing it. Without action, ideas remain illusions. Instead of sharing your ambitions, channel that energy into execution. Let your silence become an aura of mystery and surprise. People will know what you've done when the undeniable proof appears. By then, words become unnecessary because your achievements will speak clearly on their own. Great minds throughout history practice this principle. Leonardo da Vinci filled countless notebooks with ideas, but waited to reveal them until they were ready. Military leaders operate with secrecy, knowing surprise is often the key to victory. Even in nature, the most successful hunters, the jaguar, the hawk, the shark, approach quietly and strike only when the moment is right. Imagine a lion hunting in the wild. It does not roar before the attack. It moves silently, patiently, unseen, revealing its power only in the moment of action. Be like the lion. Let others speculate while you quietly build. Let them talk while you work. Let your actions speak so loudly that words become unnecessary. When you truly succeed, you won't need to announce it. You will simply become undeniable. For the next 30 days, practice strategic silence. Do not share your plans, struggles, or progress. Work in the shadows and observe how much more focused and powerful you feel. Enduring loneliness on the path to greatness. The path to mastery is often a solitary one. The Stoics accepted this truth with quiet resolve. Seneca wrote, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve." Growth is a mutual process, but it often means walking alone. In pursuit of greatness, you may lose friends, face long stretches of solitude, and find yourself walking a path few dare to take. This journey demands sacrifice. Sometimes the greatest sacrifice is companionship. Not everyone will understand your ambition. Some will criticize your effort. Others will try to pull you back into comfort, distraction, or mediocrity. The average mind resists those who strive for more because it forces them to confront their own inaction. your discipline, your relentless pursuit of mastery. Acts like a mirror reflecting what others are unwilling to face. Some may resent you, some may mock you, some may try to dissuade you from your path. But remember this: the opinions of those unwilling to strive carry no weight. They should never deter those who refuse to settle. Be prepared to walk alone if necessary. The road to greatness is not crowded. That is its quiet reward. Many desire the fruits of discipline, but few embrace the solitude it requires. Do not fear this solitude. Use it. Let it shape you. Let it refine your focus. Time spent alone is time invested in growth, reflection, and self-mastery. Solitude offers a rare and valuable gift, the space to hear your own voice of reason more clearly, to think deeply, and to sharpen your mind. It is in these quiet moments, away from distractions, that profound transformation takes root. Consider the warrior who trains alone while others waste their time. He sharpens his sword, strengthens his body, and disciplines his mind. Each moment spent in solitude is a step toward mastery. He does not seek validation, nor does he need encouragement. He knows the battle is won long before it begins, in the unseen hours of preparation. When the time comes, he is ready. The sacrifices made in silence prepare him for victory. But solitude is more than preparation. It is discovery. It is in deep thought and uninterrupted focus that the greatest breakthroughs emerge. The philosopher retreats not to escape, but to better understand the world. The writer isolates not to avoid others, but to craft words that will reach far beyond the silence. The inventor disappears into work, not to remain hidden, but to emerge with ideas that change everything. Purposeful isolation becomes a tool for transformation. It sharpens your ideas, clears distractions, and deepens your relationship with yourself. Without the noise of the outside world, your mind grows clearer, your vision sharper, and your purpose more defined. History's greatest minds, Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Friedrich Nietzsche, valued solitude as the space where wisdom and innovation flourish. In silence, they heard their thoughts without distortion, analyzed their actions without bias, and refined their purpose without interruption. Yet solitude is not always easy. The human mind craves connection, and loneliness can feel heavy. But there is a crucial difference between being alone and feeling alone. Those who embrace solitude for self-mastery never truly feel lonely. They fill their minds with wisdom, their days with progress, and their hearts with purpose. They seek no validation from the crowd because they know their work alone is enough. Instead of isolation, they see solitude as a privilege, a chance to work undisturbed, to create something meaningful, free from distraction. Solitude also teaches self-sufficiency. Many fear being alone because they have never learned to rely on themselves. They seek constant validation, company, or entertainment to fill an inner void. They mistake solitude for loneliness, failing to realize that standing alone is a sign of true strength. The Stoics understood this well. True power comes from within. They trained themselves to be content in solitude, to find peace with their own thoughts, and to discover joy in self-improvement, not in external pleasures. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This captures the essence of self-sufficiency, not needing outside distractions to feel whole, but finding fulfillment in your own discipline, thoughts, and purpose. Picture the oak tree standing alone on a hilltop. It does not lean on the forest, nor hide behind others for shelter. It grows strong because of its solitude, its roots digging deep, its trunk thickening to withstand every storm. The same is true for you. Solitude does not weaken. It makes you unbreakable. Greatness is not about being seen. It is about becoming undeniable. When you stop seeking approval, You step into a space where success depends only on your actions. Solitude refines your focus and removes distractions, freeing you to create and forge your own path. And when the world finally notices, it will not be because you sought their approval, but because you walked the path alone, unwavering and unstoppable. The world respects those who do not need its recognition to persist. When you cultivate that inner strength, you become truly unshakable. Others look to you not because you demanded attention, but because your discipline and results speak louder than words ever could. If you find yourself walking a lonely road, remember this. Solitude is temporary, but the strength it builds is permanent. Surround yourself with wisdom, books, mentors, and thoughts that lift you. Find comfort in your own company, and you will never truly feel alone again. Becoming unstoppable. Through Stoic principles. By now, you understand that the path to mastery is paved with discipline, silence, and relentless action. The Stoics lived by these principles, becoming unshakable forces of wisdom and power. They did not seek external validation, nor did they waste energy justifying their actions. Instead, they let the weight of their work speak for itself. Their strength was not found in words, but in unwavering consistency, steady and unyielding, untouched by praise or criticism. You do not need approval to succeed. You do not need applause to stay motivated. What you need is your own steadfast commitment to your goals. Work hard in silence. Trust the process. Let time and effort compound quietly into something undeniable. Do not search for shortcuts or easy paths. True mastery is earned through persistence, through an unbreakable mindset that refuses to yield when challenges arise. The Stoics knew that greatness is not won in moments of quick victory, but in the endurance to persist through long, unseen efforts. It is easy to chase recognition, to seek applause from the crowd. But external approval is fleeting. What matters most is not whether the world applauds today, but whether you are building something so solid it cannot be ignored tomorrow. Greatness is not granted, it is forged piece by piece, in the silence of daily work, in the patience to endure when no one watches, in the refusal to waver despite doubt or obstacles. At first, the world may not recognize you. It may doubt you, dismiss you, overlook you. People might question your choices, mock your discipline, and try to pull you back into comfort and complacency. They may misunderstand the depth of your resolve. But in time, they will have no choice but to acknowledge your success. Your results will be undeniable, your transformation evident. By the time they finally see you, you will have already won, not because they noticed you, but because you became the person you were always meant to be. Greatness does not seek validation. It simply asserts itself. The greatest individuals in history did not wait for the world's approval before taking action. They did not wait for permission to pursue excellence, nor did they rely on applause to sustain their motivation. They understood that success is built in silence, nurtured by discipline, and revealed only when the work is complete. You must cultivate this same mindset. Detach yourself from the need for acknowledgement. Focus solely on the work itself. The greatest victory is not in others' recognition, but in realizing you have risen above who you once were, that you have proven to yourself what you are truly capable of. The real battle is not against external forces, but within, the doubts, procrastination, and fear of failure. When you conquer these inner enemies, you become unstoppable. This is not about a moment of recognition. It is about the journey that shaped you, the resilience that hardened you, and the discipline that defines you. That is true success. That is what makes you unstoppable. And when the world finally takes notice, you will not need their approval. You will already know you have won. You will have become a force too powerful to ignore, not because you demanded recognition, but because your persistence made it inevitable. You won't chase greatness. you will embody it. And in that moment, you'll realize the applause never truly mattered. Only the work itself did. Mastery is a process of continuous refinement. Those who dedicate themselves to it understand the work is never finished. Growth doesn't come from fleeting effort or sudden bursts of motivation, but from unwavering commitment sustained over the long haul. The world rewards those who endure, the seasons of silence, the lonely hours of practice, the sacrifices most won't make. Those who persist rise above the rest. To truly command your life, remember, mastery isn't about outperforming others. It's about surpassing your former self. The real competition is within. Each day, strive to be better than you were yesterday. The discipline to improve, even without applause or recognition, is what sets the extraordinary apart from the ordinary. You're not here to prove yourself to others. You're here to build something that speaks for itself. The Stoics taught us not to fear hardship, but to embrace it. Every challenge, failure, and adversity is an opportunity to strengthen your mind and sharpen your focus. The weak avoid difficulty. The strong lean into it, knowing discomfort is the soil where resilience grows. If you train yourself to welcome hardship instead of resenting it, you become unstoppable. The more resistance you face, the stronger you grow. Patience is key to mastery. In a world obsessed with speed, the Stoics knew greatness cannot be rushed. A tree doesn't grow tall in a single season. It develops roots deep beneath the surface over years before reaching the sky. Likewise, your journey takes time. Don't be discouraged by slow progress. Progress is still progress. Trust the process, knowing every small step brings you closer to your goal. The unshaken mind doesn't demand immediate results, but understands mastery is the art of patience and precision. Most people fail not for lack of talent, but for lack of endurance. They quit too soon, surrendering to frustration before their efforts bear fruit. Doubt clouds their judgment, making them believe slow results are failure. But the wise see mastery as a long-term pursuit. Great minds, philosophers, warriors, artists, were those who committed fully year after year, undeterred by setbacks or distractions. If you develop the patience to continue when others quit, success becomes inevitable. Patience is not passive waiting. It is the active refinement of your craft, mindset, and purpose. It means enduring long seasons of obscurity while building something remarkable. A sculptor doesn't strike marble once and expect a masterpiece. They chisel away, refining every detail with quiet determination. So it is with you. Every day you push forward, even when progress seems invisible. You shape your future with each moment of effort. Discipline is a muscle. It must be trained. Every time you choose to stay focused, to work despite fatigue or doubt, you strengthen your ability to persist. Over time, discipline becomes second nature. It no longer feels like a struggle, but becomes part of who you are. Then the question is no longer whether you will succeed, but simply when. Mastery is inevitable for those who refuse to quit. The Stoics taught that control over one's mind is the highest power. Many live at the mercy of emotions, fear, doubt, distraction that dictate their actions. But those who master themselves master the world. If you can stay composed in chaos, focused amidst distraction, unwavering in the face of criticism, you become unstoppable. Your mind is your strongest weapon. Train it, guard it. Never let external circumstances steer your course. Patience is the fortress protecting you from impulse and fear. Mastery is not a destination, but the becoming of a person who never stops improving. The path is endless. The rewards come not from reaching some arbitrary goal, but from the transformation that happens along the way. When you embrace this, success is no longer about validation or recognition. It is the quiet satisfaction of knowing you gave your all. Success is a process, not a moment. The journey is long, filled with unseen battles and silent sacrifices. There will be times when no one understands why you work so hard, why you wake up early, train longer, push yourself further. When others choose ease, don't expect them to understand. Their approval is not yours to seek. Your strength grows quietly in the unseen hours, the moments of struggle when no one is watching. Keep refining your craft, sharpen your mind, build your discipline. Don't worry about who's watching or what others might think. In the end, your success won't be measured by applause or recognition, but by the depth of your character, the strength of your will, and the legacy of your effort. When the time comes, when your results speak for themselves, you will know that the journey, the silent, relentless journey, was always the true reward. The late nights, the quiet victories, the disciplined choices, all of it will have been worth it. Ignore the noise of the world. Doubters will always be there, those who don't believe in your path. Let them talk, let them doubt, let them wait. Meanwhile, you stay busy creating. True success isn't about proving others wrong. It's about proving yourself right. You're not here to meet their expectations. You're here to surpass your own. If ever you feel like stopping, if doubt creeps in or fatigue tries to break you, remember this. The struggle you endure today is the foundation of the success you will stand on tomorrow. Every great person has faced doubt. What set them apart was their refusal to quit. Keep going, keep pushing, keep building. The world doesn't need to see your effort right now. It will see it when your results become impossible to ignore. This is the Stoic way, the path of silent excellence. Don't let the distractions of the outside world pull you away from your purpose. Each day you commit to discipline. Every challenge you embrace, you grow stronger. You are shaping yourself into something unshakable, something extraordinary. And when the world finally turns to look, it won't be because you asked for their approval. It will be because your mastery, your persistence, and your results have made your presence undeniable. So trust the process. Let go of the need for immediate recognition. Focus on the work and let the world catch up in its own time. When they finally see you, they won't just see someone who succeeded, they'll see someone who refused to stop, who chose effort over comfort, and who mastered the art of silent greatness. Subscribe to Stoic Mindset Mastery